Hey guys, and welcome to this video. Today we're going to be talking about the mother-daughter dynamic, mother-daughter relationships, specifically with adult mothers and adult daughters. So as I said before in my previous video, the relationship between mother and daughter is just like no other. Everything your daughter becomes is going to be dependent on your relationship or lack of relationship with her. If you don't show her unconditional love, or if she doesn't feel like she's loved unconditionally, then she's going to grow up not knowing what it feels like to be loved. And she's going to be searching for her whole life for that love, for that missing thing. If your daughter feels like you were dismissive or controlling, if you didn't value her opinion, if you didn't see her as an independent person, if you only saw her as, this is my child and you would do everything that I say, and not allowing you to have autonomy, then again, that relationship is going to be dysfunctional. So everything your daughter becomes, it's going to be largely dependent on your relationship or lack of relationship with her. To get a little personal, I chose to work with mothers and daughters because I had the same struggle myself on both ends, with my mom and then with my daughter. And I grew up in a time where I didn't have much say in who I was going to become. I didn't have open dialogue about things that I wanted, things that I valued. Questions that I had weren't answered. I was just told that this is the way it is and you have to follow these rules. And even though I didn't understand those rules, I didn't have a choice. So I had to follow those rules, but it never really felt like me. I just wanted to have a more open dialogue about the world, about life, about me understanding me in this world, how I want to show up in this world. And I didn't really have somebody to do that with. So my world was really small. All I knew is what I was told. And that was it. It's just like the world is this little bubble. You live in this little space. These are the rules, and that's the end of it. Because of that, when I had my own daughter, her world was even smaller because she was inside my bubble. And I couldn't tell her differently because I didn't know differently. I didn't see the world bigger than my little bubble. So I couldn't show her what I myself didn't know. And my mom couldn't teach me what she also didn't know. So with each generation that went by, it was a smaller and a smaller and a smaller bubble because we're existing within these constraints, within these barriers. And that had a lot to do with how I developed as an adult and then how my daughter developed as an adult. Even though for the most part I thought I was doing my best, all I was doing was what I knew, what was taught to me. So that's all my daughter knew, is what I knew and what my mom knew and what was taught to us. And it was just generations of the same. Now that I've worked through all the things that basically kept me stuck in this little world, I'm understanding that as a mom, I didn't do enough listening. I did a lot of talking and a lot of commanding and demanding and having all these really, really, really high expectations and expecting those expectations to play out in such a small world. So what you get on the back end is an adult mother and adult daughter, and they don't really know themselves and they don't know each other. So working through that, I've learned that there is hope. There is a way to get past that, to come outside of this bubble, but not just for me getting out of this bubble and immersing into the world as a whole, and then bringing my daughter out of that bubble as well. And how I did that was through hypnotherapy, because there were so many things that were said to me and so many things that happened in childhood, and it developed into my personality. I became those things. I became what I was taught. I became what I knew, what I saw. I didn't see anything different. So if I can't see it, I can't become it. My self-esteem was really, really, really low. I didn't really value myself, and I didn't expect anybody else to value me. And there was a point where I was seeing those same behaviors in my daughter, but I couldn't help her because I couldn't even help myself. So going through my own process and understanding that there is a bigger world out there. There is more to this. There is more to me. Now I can show her that there is more to her world and there is more to her. And we're getting to go through this journey together. Because if I do it by myself, it's just still one part of the mother-daughter dynamic. We have to do this together. We're walking this road together, developing who we are, getting to know ourselves as individuals and as a mother-daughter dyad, and working through all those emotional blocks, those emotional barriers, all that self-esteem issues, all those things that kept us trapped in this little bubble. So it's important for mother-daughter relationships to understand it's not just mom doing all the talking and daughter listening. That has never worked. It didn't work for me, it didn't work for my mom, it doesn't work for anybody. These things need to happen as a conversation. And moms, I understand that you would love for your daughter to just listen to what you're saying, but also look at it from her perspective. And then look at yourself in your life. Are you at your best right now? Are you emotionally stable? Are you in this place where you are just living your truest version of yourself? Because if you're not doing that and you're not working on that, then it's going to be hard to instill that in your daughter. If you don't know what it's like to be completely emotionally well, emotionally stable, living in this optimal emotional state, then you can't tell your daughter how to do that. And it's a great idea for both of you guys to go through this process together. And that's why I'm speaking specifically to adult mothers and daughters, because for the most part, a lot of the damage has already been done, but it's not permanent damage. It's still things that you can work on together. Making yourself whole, making your daughter whole, and becoming whole as a mother-daughter dyad. If this video resonates with you, let me know in the comments. If you want to get more information about this, let me know in the comments. But always understand that the relationship with your daughter, it depends on how much work you're trying to put into this. And it's not just you working on your end. It's something that has to be done together. It's not going to be easy. It never is. But it is going to be worth it. So let me know in the comment if this video resonates with you. Thank you.